magic, and my question today was, how can you receive practical magic and have things just work out well for you? This is something that I've been talking about for a long time, and each week I plan to do episodes and tell you some of the things that have worked out extremely well for me against all odds, and they are just magical. Now you can use the magical realms to help you get into a different state so that you can have things working out really, really well for you. Who wouldn't want more magic in their life, to be perfectly honest, and have things work out? So like if you've got something that's bugging you, something that's not working out well for you, I'm here just to show you how you can employ practical magic so that that can work out well for you. Your health, your wealth and your happiness all are available for you, and it's just at the end of your fingertips, and it doesn't really need to be that difficult. I wouldn't be here living in France in a healthy body, in a house that I created. In other words, I knew the number of bedrooms I wanted. I knew what village I wanted to be in. I wanted to be able to cycle to the beach. I wanted to have a section of the house that was just for the boys, because I've got 2 boys and my partner's got 2 boys. So, you know, they get their own bathroom, they get their own bedrooms. And we wanted our own section of the house as well, you know, slightly away from them, with our own bathroom, our own bedroom. We could close the door to that part of the house. I wanted an office, we wanted a flat garden. What else did we want? Oh yeah, we wanted an area so that the garage was available for Alex to do his mechanics in there, and I wanted to be able to create the 2 studios that I've had in every single house that I've created in France so far, so that I could run my retreats. I could invite women to come and connect with their soul and become a clear channel so that you're getting your intuition up and on target. This is practical magic, and this is what I do. And I was like, my God, why don't I talk about it? You know, we're using the way of sending information out in a completely different way, rather than forcing it out and having to post about our business all the time, or market our business all the time, or stress about our kids, or stress about our weight and focus on it all the time. Practical magic all started for me, if you don't know my story a little bit, was when I woke up, probably now in the year 2001, with a very loud voice in my head saying, do you want to be doing this in 5 years' time? I was like, no. Then the voice came again. I mean, a really loud voice at 5 o'clock in the morning. Do you want to be doing this in 3 years' time? Hell no. Do you want to be doing this in 1 year's time? Absolutely not. Now, you have to understand that I'd just gone through a separation of a house and a business with a previous partner. And I had fought tooth and nail to keep this company, my baby. And all of a sudden, I've got this voice in my head saying, do you want to do this in 5 years' time? I was like, oh no, so what am I going to be doing? What's my life all about? What am I here for? All these questions started coming to the surface. Then I started to negotiate and say, well, okay, so what am I here for then? Show me, what am I here for? I had that ability to sort of put it out there and say, well, show me then. So I had the trust and the belief that I was being shown something clearly, because I had this really loud voice in my head in the morning. I went to the office that day, my office, that I'd kept this business. It was called Vision Source, and I was sourcing out videos and cameras and helping people with extreme sports, putting cameras in you know, helmets and all those kind of things, in extreme sports cars, and then nuclear power stations, in clean rooms, cameras and microscopes. That was what I was doing, and it was serving me rather well. I earned quite well at it, so why on earth would I give it up? So I'm sitting at my desk, pushing papers around, just going, well, if this isn't what I'm going to be doing, what am I going to be doing? I opened up a magazine, I think it was Oprah's magazine, and I said, okay, fine. So if I'm to be doing something else, what is it? I'll just let the magazine fall open. It fell open at a page, big page advert about life coaching. What is that? Okay, life coaching. I'm a Reiki, you know, I'm into Reiki, I'm into self-development, I know a little bit about NLP. What's life coaching? Is this for something for me? And I was just starting to get excited. I felt excited in my body. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll ring them, and if they've got a space for this particular weekend, I'll go. Picked up the phone, rang them. They had a space for that weekend, so I went, okay, fine, I'm going then. Paid the ticket. And that's how everything changed. And it was a year course. Within that year, I sold my company, I rented my house, and I went traveling around the world for a year. Everything just started coming in when I allowed myself to let it come in, and I was allowing myself to receive magic. I was being open and expanded and curious and playful. So going around the world for a year, just letting things flow, understanding what flow meant, what it meant to be traveling without a care in the world, but just being open to being shown what my next step was. Ending up then all sorts of different things happening, all sorts of different things. I'm just like, my God, this is magic. Writing in my journal, this woman is so hard to get hold of. Why can't I get hold of her? I was like, oh, perhaps it's got something to do with what I'm saying. Scrubbed that out and wrote, this woman is so easy to get hold of. Do you know what? In the next second, she rang me, and I've been ringing her for days. This is practical magic, and I love it. I wouldn't be living in France. I wouldn't be raising my 2 boys with natural instincts. I wouldn't be writing books about practical magic. I wouldn't be listening to the messages that came through my body if I wasn't doing practical magic. This is all what it's about. And I'm here to answer your questions about how do I do that? How do I get more things working out well for me? So I'm opening the doors. I'm saying, come, ask your questions. Let me help you get into a life that is just magical. When you open your eyes, you just go, oh my God, it's beautiful. I love it here. I love my life. Rather than things are not working out well for me, things are not going well, that's broken, this relationship's crap, I'm in conflict with that person. When things are mediocre and average and just, dull. There are so many different ways to live a magical life. And I've certainly done this with getting into a healthy body. I've asked for help. I've sent out telepathic messages to say, this is how I want to feel in my body. This is how I want to experience walking down the street. This is how I want to experience the clothes that I wear, and being with my kids on the beach and not embarrassed about carrying too much weight or something like that. So you're giving the image and you're feeling the sensations, and this is working with the magic of your cells, and they hear you and they shift and they change. This is the magical way of having magic at your fingertips, and you get to control that. So how would it be if you had more things work out for you in your day? Can you imagine how many different things there that just could go right? This is practical magic, and you are no less or more magical than anyone else. I'm no more magical or intuitive or insightful than you. It's just opening up to the fact that this is possible for you as well, and how much more fun that is. Writing about it, drawing it, imagining it, using your imagination, getting into the realms of, wow, that would be awesome if I could make that happen. Or if it would just turn up. Expect to be surprised. Expect to have secrets told to you about how to do things. Expect things to pop up in your day that answer your questions. So for example, a lady was speaking to me today, and she was just feeling really under the weather and not good, and she was wondering if something was going on with her health. And she just kept getting repeat messages on the radio, on a Facebook post, in a conversation. And she was like, clearly that's my answer. Now all I need to do is start acting on the information that I'm being given. So if you're watching this and if you're understanding that you're getting led and guided to people and places and an understanding of something, that is your practical magic waking up for you, available for you. And I bet, of course you have, you've had intuitive moments, you've had, but things happen, magic happen, you go, oh my God, that's magic, how on earth did that happen? And you put it down to luck, or you put it down to, you just don't really pay any attention. This is your practical magic, and the more you listen out for practical magic, the more you receive practical magic. And the more you receive practical magic and you love it and you love the life that it brings you, the more that's available to you. I'm Fiona Robertson. I'm here talking about practical magic every single week, how you can recreate your health, your body, your wealth, your life, your relationships with people, your relationship with yourself, because this is practical magic and it's here for you at your very fingertips. If you have questions, if you've got things going wrong that you want to turn round in any aspect of your life, ask me a question and I will answer it for you on these episodes, on these programs, so that you get to see that you have practical magic at your fingertips. Unless you play, unless you use the information, the practical magic that you've got at your fingertips, you won't know that that is magic in your life, and therefore you won't be understanding that it's there for you, available for you all the time. There are unseen things going on behind the scenes. There's assistance around you all the time. I tell a great story. This is so easy for you to understand. I cannot thread a needle anymore with my eyes. I just can't see it. The thread doesn't go through the eye of the needle. What do? I can't see this. Please, can you help me thread this needle? Because you can see it and I can't. Can you just guide me to be able to thread the needle? And the thread goes through the very next time. And always remember to say thank you. Have a great week. I will see you again next week, bringing you more practical magic and more practical magic and more practical magic in every single aspect of your life. Expect things to work out well for you.